All right, now we're on the linear and piecewise functions. I'm just moving around. Yes, that is my Stranger Things 3 poster right there. I am a big Stranger Things fan. I gave y'all a little bit of scenery. All right. So here's the cool thing about this. This is something new, and with our new course study, and you are supposed to graph this. We're virtual right now. There's probably a way to do stuff, but I don't know that. I'm not wanting to investigate it because I'm doing the bare minimum to, the content's the main thing. Okay. So this is what we're going to try to do first. We're going to take these piece by piece, just like it says. It's a piecewise. All right. I'm going to graph this part first. So with this red one, I've got to go up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make a point. Got to go up 1 over 1. Make another point. Now, because this is kind of special, I'm going to do this. All right, I'm actually going to try to do a straight line right here. All right, so that's what it would be in a normal thing. But this says when x is less than -2. So let's help ourselves out a little bit. Let's say I'm going to put a little tick mark right here where x is -2. This one right here. So technically, this whole graph is got to shift, not that. This whole line has got to shift down like this. And because it doesn't have a line up underneath it, this should have an open circle. All right. Now, I don't have an option there. So there's an easy way to fix that. Watch this. Open circle. All right. Now, I know this seems kind of confusing, and that's totally okay. Because if we were face to face, this would be a little bit better. And since it's kind of new, I can go over it. And we have a little bit of homework on it, but not a whole lot. And this is kind of something we're going to do. All right, so that's the first one. So all I did, I graphed it like I normally would, and I just shifted it over to right here. All right, so let's look at this one right here. So this is -2x minus 1. So again, I'm going to graph that first. So I got to go to -1. And because my b is -1 and my m is -2. So this is -2 over 1. So I'm going to go run 1 down to 1, 2. Okay. Now, this time, I'm going to do one like this, and I'm going to make it green. I don't know if I can make it exactly the same green, but I can try. All right. So this is how this would look. Let's see. This is where some people, they do this. They backtrack, and it kind of helps them do a straighter line. Now, because I know that this is greater than, it's got a closed circle on it. And it's just kind of like that. Okay. Now, this right here, I do want to show you this. This open circle, okay, with that horrible drawn arrow to it, this is called a point of discontinuity. All right, it's called a point of discontinuity. That means that's where the overchange of the open circle, because if that red one was, I got to quit pointing at the screen because y'all can't see this, but at this point right here, this open circle, if this was closed, it wouldn't be a function. Okay, these are linear piecewise functions. So it would fail the vertical line test if it did this, if this was closed, but since it's not, it still passes. Okay, that's kind of it. All right, so we're going to try this next thing. Okay, again, I'm muddling through this just like y'all. If you're like, this is crazy, yes, okay, it's crazier than me. All right, so let's do blue this time. So this one, for my blue line, my B is going to be 1, my M is going to be 2. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and graph that. So I'm going to go to the 1, make a dot, up 1 over 2. And I'm going to go ahead and kind of keep going because I need to know things of that nature. And I got to tell our marketer calling me. Apparently they're back at work. All right, so this is what that would normally look like. So if I was connected, now it says when X is greater than or equal to 1. Well, this is when X is greater than 1. So I'm going to do a big old closed circle right here. Big old honking closed circle. And I am going to make a blue line from there that goes through that. And that's going to be it. Now, yeah, I had to use this so I can erase it. That's why I like to, I'm a math person. I do a lot of stuff in pencils, not a really big pen person. So even in grading because I'm not a big fan. But so I just plotted it like I normally would, and I kind of erased where it would go by our rules or whatever. Okay. Now, let me grunt some more here. This one, this x over 2 minus 3. Okay, our b is going to be -3. This, our m, is actually going to be 1/2 because there's actually two ways you could write that. You could write that as 1/2 x or x over 2. Anytime you divide by 2, it's like taking half of it. Excuse me. All right. So I'm going to go to -3. 1, 2. Well, nope. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And I need to make a point, not an erase mark. Jeffries. And I'm going over 2 up 1. Okay. Now, this one says less than, so I don't want to keep going to the right. I want to keep going to the left. So I'm going to go kind of in reverse. Back it up. All right. So if I was to graph this one, all right, and I know y'all are like, doesn't make sense, Mr. Jeffries. I'm like, it's okay, students. All right, that point is bad, so I'm going to take it away. Pew. All right, so that's what that normal line would look like. But let's think about it. It's got to have, remember, it's less than, there's no open circle. So I'm going to take this and go right here to 1 and make an open circle. Again, this would be my point of discontinuity because it would make it fail that stuff. Okay. Yeah. All right. So we're going to trudge along. We're trudging. We're walking. All right. So let's use purple. So this one, my B is going to be -2. My M is going to be 4 or 4 over 1. And I'm going to write my rule right here so it will help me later. All right, so I got to go to -2, make a dot. I got to go over 1 up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Over 1 up 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, here's, wait. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So here's the deal with this. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Yes, it goes off the graph. But here's my rule. X is greater than or equal to 2. Well, here's where it's 2. So I'm actually just going to kind of slowly connect this line to this line. Well, that was horrible. So please use straight edge. It's so much easier. And what did I, man? Look, yes, I'm even having trouble, so y'all just chill out. So this is what it would look like technically, okay? Because it's at that part right there. Now I'm going to delete this because I know that bothers some people. Sometimes I leave that on there. All right, so there's kind of our graph of this. All right, now let's look at this one right here. My B is going to be 4. And my M is going to actually be -1/3. I always put the negative on the top. Okay, that's just me. I always put my negative on the top. That's just the way I was taught, a lot of years ago. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, down 1. All right. Then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 this way. 1, 2, 3 this way. I know I just contradicted myself, but I don't care. All right. This also says when x is less than 2. All right. So 2 is right here. So if I were to graph my line, I'm going to graph it all the way over here. And this is actually, if we were in class, what I would have you do is to graph it like this and then use your eraser and erase what's not needed. Okay. That's what I would do. All right. So we need to think about it. Where is our point of discontinuity? Well, it's this 2 right here. Okay. And that's something's amiss. Okay. Yeah. So this would have an open circle right here. So I would kind of, since I've been using technology, I'm going to kind of slide mine. You would actually erase. I would use my eraser tool, but apparently I can't draw straight lines. Now, confusing as it is, this is actually where I would say, hey, let's go to this website. Let's do it this way. This makes more sense. I'm not a big fan of graphing these on paper, but apparently we got to do that. And since y'all are in the first semester, y'all get kind of the trial run with this and things of that nature. Now, we did already look at these. We're trying to find the range and stuff. All right. This part right here, we're going to write an equation for the functions shown below, and we're going to assume that this is right here. Okay. So here's what you have to do. You have to do like an f of x. You could do whatever letter and a big brace. All right. So I'm going to do this one right here. So this is over 1 up 2. Okay. So this looks, and it's got a y-intercept of 0. So this looks like it's just 2x. Okay. And we're going to say this is when x is greater than or equal to 0. I know there's not a real significant open or closed dot right there. It's kind of hard because they overlap. Let's just go with it. Okay, let's not try to nitpick. Okay, just roll with it. All right, so this one, this also has a y-intercept of 0, and then looks like from here to this point right here, looks like we went down 1 and this way 1. So it actually has a slope. All right, think about it. Get from here to here, we went over 1 up 1. So this would actually be a positive slope also. So I'm going to say this is x when x is less than 0. And again, honestly, I'm just guessing on these rules right here because there's no definitive open or closed circle. So yeah, so that's what we're doing right now. This is the best example I could find. Now, this one, not so bad. It has definitive things. Okay, now this is what I would do because my name's Jeffries and I'm lazy and I want the easy way. I want to take this one right here. All right, this is a horizontal line. This horizontal line is -2. All right, it does have a equals. It is a closed-in circle right here, and this is when and it's going to the right. So this is when x is greater than or equal to -2. Yeah, that's a little weird. Now, this one right here, we can kind of say this right here. We know that this is going to be when x is less than -2 because that's our point of discontinuity. That helps us out. Now, it looks like our slope is positive. It's going up 1 over 1. Okay, so all I did was kind of follow along to find the slope. And so it's going to be a positive slope, so this is going to be x, and my y-intercept right here would actually be this point. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is x plus 5. Okay. Again, don't super worry about this. Your home when you look at the homework for this, you'll gonna laugh. Okay, you will. You'll go ha 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 ha. All right. So, all right. This one has 3. I'm going to kind of do the one in the middle right here first because it looks like the easiest. Okay, this has a 1, 2, 3. It looks like it goes up 1 over 1. So this is going to be x. Let me put it in the middle. Okay, x plus 3. Now, this is like a compound inequality. So this is from -1 to +1. So -1, this one, this one. Okay, and there's open circles right here. All right. Now, I just picked that one because it looked the easiest. Okay. Now I'm going to pick this one right here. Okay. So it looks also to be a positive slope of 1. Okay. So I wrote my slope, and then I got to backtrack to see where it's the y right here. So that looks like x plus 1. And it's a closed circle. This is when x is greater than or equal to 1. All right. And last but not least is this person right here. It looks, again, that we got a slope of 1. Okay. So it is x plus 2. And this is when x is less than or equal to -1. All right. Yeah, Elton's, we had a lot of stuff going on, but first thing you need to do is pick which line you're going to go with, find the equation. Okay, that one's the easiest one right here in the middle because we had the y-intercept, we have the slope. This headset's itching my head or my ear. And then, we got to find the points of discontinuity, the open circles. Okay, this would actually be, similar to what we had in inequalities. And then I just picked another one, and I just picked another one. Okay, and just think about where's the graph going? Is it an open circle or is it a closed circle? Is it going towards infinity? It's going to, or positive infinity is going to negative infinity. So, another text message. So different things on that. Yes, I'm very easily distracted. All right. All right. We don't have any definitive points of discontinuity right here. No big open circle or closed circle. And, if you were Mr. J, you would start with this one because it's the easiest. Okay, we're going to say that these are going to be closed circles for this one right here. Just right now, we're going to say these are closed. Okay, for these right here. That looks like something else. Almost look like a bad word. Closed. All right, so we're going to start with this one right here in the middle. Where'd my pointer go? Okay. So we know this is a horizontal line, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 4. All right, and it's going to be x, and we're going to actually have lines up underneath these this time. And I need to move that. Oh, no, shucks. I'll move this one right here. No, I'm not going to edit that out. All right, so my x values, looks like -2, and this looks like +2. So right here, -2, and then +2. Okay, so That's that one. All right. Let's get this left-hand side, this one right here. This looks like, let's see, this point right here is solid, and this point right here is solid. So it looks like it goes up 1/3. Okay, so we know where to go. Okay, so this is going to be a 3x. Now, let's see. That's 4. This would be 5. This would be 6. So if it went up 1/3. I don't know about that y-intercept. I mean, I could guess right quick. Well, let's do this. No, well, I could. I don't know about the y-intercepts right now because our graph doesn't do this. I could pull it in another graph, but y'all wouldn't have that. So why would I do something like that? Okay. And then we're just going to say that right there. We're going to say plus a number. And then this is from when x is less than -2, because here's our -2, it goes this way. And then this one, okay, here's our point. Looks like it goes, oh, so it's the opposite of this. Yes, I'm struggling because I cannot find this point right here. So this is going to be -3x, okay, plus a number. Pretty sure that these have the same y-intercept. This would be x is greater than 2. And no line up underneath it. All right. Yes, super confusing. But, you know, we're trying to do what we can here. And that's it. Again, don't be super worried about some of these if you're super confused. Okay. I think my best example that we had of this was like this one right here. And maybe this one. They seem the easiest to find. And that's what I would actually have in class if we were doing it all the time. I'm not super worried if you don't grasp this all the way, but please understand about the points of discontinuity. That's kind of the main thing I want you to do, because we've already done this in Unit 2, so it's all right. Roll Tide.